Welcome back to the Breakpoint Tournament Expert Division opening round, hole number 1. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody, if you're not subbed to the channel, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the little bell. You'll get notified whenever I go live or release new content. So thank you for the subs. For hole 1, we're setting up for a Grizzly rough bump. The adjustment is P3 plus 15% mid, 3.5 top spin, 3 right spin. This one is a little tricky because we have a lot of variables to consider. We're pulling down a hill and we have several different wind angles. So the wind strength, wind angle, and the fact that we're pulling down a hill makes this one kind of tricky. With that being said, though, it's always left me a nice easy putt even with the misses. So though it's a tough drop, it should be a very easy putt if you do happen to not get the hole in one. With spins added, I'm having the top of the red ring touching the fairway on top, and I'm having the tip of the ball guide going through the top half of the cup. So I'm going to have the red ring on top, and then I'm going to slide it down until the ball guide is going just through the top half of the cup. And it's the same setup for all the wind angles, and we'll just need overpower and underpower tweaks as needed for wind strength and wind angle. So go over those now. I'm looking at 4 major wind angles here. So it looks like our heavy tailwind is going to be along this line. Our tailwind is going to be along this line. Then we got a neutral angle along this line, and then we got a crosswind angle somewhere over here to the right. So if you have the crosswind angle, you need about 5 clicks of overpower. For winds under 7, for winds above 7, you need about 7 clicks of overpower. So that's going to be roughly like half the teeth overpower for winds below 7, and probably just before circle break for winds above 7. And the neutral angle, which is here, looking at around 3 clicks of overpower, and the lower winds below 7, anything 7 plus, we're looking at about 5 clicks of overpower. In the tailwind, if you have really low winds, low 7s, low 6s, you shouldn't need any change. When you start getting closer to the 7 mile an hour, you're going to need to add a couple of clicks of overpower. And if I'm here 7-1, and that's the wind angle I got, and I've got about 3 clicks of overpower on this shot when I get the drop here. So, but I'm close to 7, right? So if you got closer to 7-7, then you might need 4 or 5 clicks of overpower. It's going to vary because the wind strength changes how much you pull down the hill, and the wind angle changes how much it gets pushed forward. If you get the heavy tailwind angle over here, then in the lower winds, you should need 1 click of underpower, and in the higher winds, 7 plus, you'll need around 3 clicks of underpower. Again, very tricky drop, but I have dropped this one several times, and in all cases, it left me with a very short, easy putt. So, worst case scenario, if you don't make the hole in one, you should have an easy time getting the ball to the hole with this Arbiter putter. Practice this one a few times for best results, and quite honestly, I think using a wind 5 ball here, probably your best option for a drop, a more consistent drop, because you have less variation in wind strength, so it's going to require a lot less tweaks, a lot less overpower. And I know a lot of people hate clicks of overpower, but it is what it is. It's a tough hole with a tricky wind. So I wish you the best of luck. Practice it a couple of times. I hope you get the drop. See you on the next.